What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. For you guys that are new here, my name's Jasmine and I do makeup videos, skincare videos, and the occasional vlog. I just wanted to pop on here today and show you how to recreate this campaign photo makeup look that I have on my eyes. Super sultry, super sexy, definitely something I've never done before, and I just love how it has a pop of color but is so smoky as well. So if you guys are interested in creating this look, or you just want to see what I've been up to and what I've been using on my face lately, keep on watching. I'm going to show you guys how I go ahead and cover all of this up. I'm not saying that you need to cover this up because obviously love your flaws, love your skin, love yourself, but I just like to play with makeup, so that's what we're going to be doing today. For primer today, I'm actually going to be using a new primer. This new primer is by Dominique Cosmetics in collaboration with JD Weighty. This is their Ultra Hydrating Complexion Primer. This is what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my face. Kind of feels like cream, so hopefully this will help. So I'm just gonna go in. You guys already know I love my Tatcha Silk Canvas, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use this to really fill in those pores and really smooth me out. I usually double prime a lot. I've been incorporating color correcting a lot more into my makeup routine recently. I used to do it a long time ago, but then I kind of just like stopped because I was like, it's an unnecessary step. But I definitely notice a difference when color correcting on my face personally. So for today, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my LA Girl Pro Conceal. I actually like to put some on the back of my hand to help warm up the product, and I'm just going to apply this on all the little areas that I feel like I need to color correct. And when I blend it out, I'm not doing like rubbing motions, I'm doing tapping motions because we want the pigmentation to stay exactly where we put it, so that way you know for sure that this is not going to move, you know? And sometimes I like to bring it in here, and like here I will sweep because I don't need that much here, but it just helps brighten up that area. I'm gonna go ahead and use these two foundations. This one is super, super dark. This is the LA Girl HD Pro Coverage Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. And then this is the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. They have amazing coverage, and I just went ahead and put them on my little mixing plates, and I'm just gonna go ahead and mix them together. So I am a lot darker than what I normally am, so I've been going a little bit darker with my foundation. If you look at my arms, like you can see I have really bad tan lines. This is how white I used to be, but this is how dark I am now. I'm gonna put this on and like dot it on kind of. I don't want to disrupt the color corrector that we already put down, so that's why I'm not like swiping it down. I'm kind of just stamping it onto my skin. What I do next is, like, on my foundation brush, I take my beauty blender or sponge and I just go ahead and I rub it onto the brush so that it has the residue of the foundation on here, so I'm not going in just with a clean sponge. I noticed that when you go in with a clean sponge, it kind of takes off the product instead of placing down the product, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna go ahead and blend this out, and I will say this is blending out so nice and beautiful. If you look at my skin, it has that nice luminous effect to it, but it also looks very smooth. The key is to not over mattify your face to enhance the texture. For concealer today, I'm gonna be using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in the color Custard, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place that under my eyes. So I like to start my concealer the most right in this inner corner because that's where I have the most darkness, and I'm also going to take it right here. Then I will go ahead and take take it down the sides of my nose, and this will help you contour your nose without really contouring it. But if you're a beginner and you just want something to help you snatch in your nose, this is going to be for you. And then what I'll do is I'll take it out here. I'm going to take a little bit on the chin, also down the bridge of the nose, and then a little bit on the forehead. Now I'm gonna go into my cream bronzer. So I finally picked up the Cheeks Out cream bronzer by Fenty Beauty. This is what the packaging looks like. I got mine in the color Macchiato. This is what the bronzer looks like. I'm gonna go in with a Japanese 718 brush. I really like it. It's like a dome shaped brush. I'm just gonna go straight in. So I start on the cheeks, tip of the nose, and forehead. It's blending out really easy, pressing and lifting, pressing and lifting. And that's how I like to blend out my products. Some people, they just sweep back and forth and that works for them. But for me, that does not work. Like, I will take off the product on my face. So we're gonna go ahead and do the double chin, and then I also bring it down, and I just bring it down so that it blends in. And this, I do the sweeping motions because I'm not really needing the coverage. I just need it to help this situation. I'm gonna go ahead and blend in my concealer with this e.l.f. sponge. I find this is just a really good concealer blender, if that makes sense. I really like how it just like airbrushes my concealer onto my face. So I start with my forehead so that I can kind of get some of the concealer already on here. Then I go to my chin. I also bring it up on the sides of my mouth right here, just so that I can add a little bit of brightness into my whole center of my face. Now I'm just gonna go in with my eyes. I go ahead and I blend the inner part first. We're gonna go ahead and do the outer part. So for this, I just take it and I do gently like kind of pounce it into my face. Okay, so I almost forgot about my nose. We're gonna go ahead and blend that out. So I just kind of pounce it directly onto my nose. I mean, I don't really do it any certain type of way, but I feel like I came a little low with my contour here. So I'm gonna go back into my foundation sponge and I'm just gonna blend that out. And this will just help clean that up. Lately, my only go-to cream blush has been my Nars blush, but this is just like by far my favorite cream blush. I just love how it applies onto the face. I love the color, I love the consistency, and I just feel like it is just a really, really good cream blush. I haven't found anything else that like compares to it. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Zoeva 122 Petite Stippling brush and I just go straight into my cheeks. I've been taking my blush a lot higher lately and kind of bringing it to my temples. We're gonna blend this out so I don't look like a clown. I do bring it up and onto my nose just because I like that it gives that flushed color and I just feel like it looks very youthful. And then I go ahead in with my e.l.f. sponge again and I blend everything out. And as you can see, it definitely dulls it down to the point where it just looks like you have a natural kind of flush of color. Like I said in another video, I've been trying to really step out of my comfort zone with like setting powders. I feel like I use the same one all the time. So that's why I've been using this guy. I'm gonna go into my e.l.f. sponge. I'm gonna make sure I blend out any creasing that's happened and then I'm gonna go ahead and set those areas. So I'm just going ahead and setting my under eyes. I also set the sides of my nose. Ooh, I hate when setting powder gets in my eyes. But yeah, what was I saying? So I'm setting the sides of my nose. I like to really like reverse contour with my setting powder and just snatch up the nose here. So I'm gonna go ahead, snap my fingers, and then brows will be on. So today I'm going to be using the Essence Matte Bronzing Palette. I've really been loving this palette a lot lately. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just something like that I have not put down since I've gotten it. And it's super cheap and super affordable, so I would definitely recommend looking into it. I use the two top shades to help bronze my skin up, and I just go ahead and kind of stipple it on with my big fluffy brush just to add some color and dimension back into the face. And then next we're gonna go into the Makeup Obsession Isn't It Peachy blush palette. I have been obsessed with this palette. This is what it looks like. These 3 shades right here are all mattes, and then this one over here is a shimmer. So I take a mixture of all 3 shades, but there is fallout with these shades, so just be mindful. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply these to my cheeks. And if you've noticed, I do a lot of the same motions when I'm doing my makeup, which is the stippling motions. I just feel like with my skin type, it's what helps me the most control my texture. It doesn't take off any product when I'm applying products onto my face. Okay, so I think for eyes, I'm gonna zoom you guys in just so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna be using the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Yes, mine is tore the up. We're gonna go ahead and use some of these shades today. The first shade that I'm gonna use is going to be Orange Soda. I'm gonna use this on a MAC 224. This is like my favorite blending brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this kind of messily into the crease. I'm not being very specific. I'm kind of putting it all over. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go into Burnt Orange, and I'm kind of gonna mix those 2 shades together on the same brush. And I do a little product at a time because it's easier to add more product than take off product. All right, you guys, so as you can tell, I already finished this whole eye off of camera. I was just playing on this eye and seeing how the look was going to come out. So the next color that I'm gonna go into is the color Rustic, and I'm really just going to focus this onto this outer corner here, and I'm just taking a little product to work in small circular motions. Okay, so I finished buffing out Rustic just on this outer corner. In the like promo shots, it looks kind of like it has like a mulberry undertone like vibe going on. So I'm gonna dip into obviously mulberry. I am just going to run this gently into that outer corner too, but also be soft and kind of like more blown out. Oh, and I'm taking this on a Morphe M514 brush. So it's like a super small definer blending brush. I love this for like my eye shape. I feel like it really helps me blend out colors, but also is very precise enough for me to keep it where I want. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the Purple Haze palette by Kara Beauty, and I'm gonna use this color Cloud 9, and then I'm gonna pop that into like the inner corner part of my eye, and I'm using this on a Morphe M24 flat shader brush. I'm also gonna spray a little bit of Fix Plus onto it just so that it adheres to my eye better. I am gonna go a little bit higher than what I would normally do, and I'm just gonna drag that out. The shade is actually called Trap. It should be like filling in that like 1/4 of your eye. I am gonna drag it out a little bit more on the top lid crease area, so that way when we put the gold down, you can still see the purple. Then I'm gonna go into the Violets palette by Juvias. I'm gonna use this purple shade right here. I don't think any of these have names on them, but that's the purple shade that I'm gonna use in the top corner. And this is just gonna go directly on top of that like galaxy celestial colors. This is just gonna make it pop a lot more. And I will say both of these shimmers from both palettes are like super creamy, super buttery, and super blinding. They look really nice. We're gonna go back into the Soft Glam palette, and I'm gonna use this color right here, which I think is called Bronze. And what I did originally was put it on my finger, and then I kind of just pressed it on. So I'm pressing pressing it directly into the middle of my eye. I would also like to say you should definitely have some setting powder under your eyes because all of this stuff does have fallout. I also went and I took a flat shader brush like the Morphe one that I was just using, and I dipped into that bronze shade, but I hit it with a little bit of Fix Plus, and I want it to be really defined like how this one is. You can see that it's defined where the gold meets the purple. I'm gonna go ahead and go into Cypress Umber, which is like a super dark chocolate brown, and I'm gonna try to use that to help kind of smoke out that outer corner. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of like stamp it first and then flick it outwards, so almost like if I'm creating like a liner effect with this shadow, but also adding it into that outer corner so that we have a little bit of smokiness going on. Then I'm gonna go into this Isom T05 brush. It's just like a flat head brush, and I'm gonna go into Noir, but I'm only taking like the smallest bit, and I'm going to add it to this outer corner of my eye and kind of drag it out so that it's almost creating, like I said earlier, that liner effect. Lastly, I'm gonna go in with this Too Faced, I think this is like a glitter shadow in the color Sweet Spot, and I'm going to go ahead and rub a little bit of that off of the applicator so that I don't have too much, and I'm just gonna pop this directly in the center of where the gold is. I just feel like the gold needs something more to pop. I'm going to lightly line my eyes with the LA Girl black eyeliner, and I'm just gonna quickly tight line like a little bit on my eye. I am going to go into my Bad Girl Bang mascara. I just do a super light coat. I honestly just like this mascara because of how black it is, but if you find a better suiting mascara for you, I would definitely recommend just using whatever you have. And then the lashes that I'm going to be going into are Casey Lashes. She is a small business on Instagram. She has the cutest lashes, and I love these lashes. They're super wispy and piecey, and I just feel like these are so nice. Well, I'm gonna go ahead, zoom you guys out, finish popping on my lashes. I feel like these lashes look so cute. I haven't done my bottom lash line yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna take one of those small M506, 507 brushes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and run Burnt Orange, Rustic, and Cypress Umber on my bottom lash line in that order. I do want to accentuate that purple, so I actually picked up this LA Girl purple eye pencil, so I'm just gonna pop that in. I feel like it just takes the look to a whole nother level. Lastly, I'm gonna go in with my MAC Extended Play mascara. I'm going to generously coat my bottom lashes. I'm gonna go in with my MAC Fix Plus. This is like a must and necessity whenever I'm doing my makeup. I'm just gonna go ahead, spritz that on. And I'm gonna go into my Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics highlighting palette. This is so nice, you guys. I am going to be using this shade right here. I think it's called Glow Up. And her highlights are formulated so beautifully. And I'm going to apply that to the highest points of my face. To really make the nose pop and look snatched, I'm gonna go into my Jaclyn Hill Glow Up highlight on a MAC 212, and I'm gonna go ahead and make my nose look like a button. Ooh, a little bit on the bridge here. Oh yes, honey. And then because I didn't use anything for my inner corner highlight, I'm also going to use that Jaclyn Hill shade and pop it right into my inner corner. So I'm just gonna go into my KKW Nude 2 lip liner. It never fails, and I always use it. Okay, so for lipstick, I'm actually going to use this NYX satin lipstick in the color A La Mode. What I am going to do is add a little bit of the ABH lip gloss in the color Undressed. I love this look, you guys. That pretty much completes the look, I think. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and just did my hair a little bit, put on on some jewelry, some earrings. These are actually from Maya J, so definitely check them out. I love these little hoops that they sent over. This top is actually from Lucille Collection on Instagram as well, and they sent me these great goodies that just came in clutch for this look. I really love how everything came out. I think it looks amazing. I've never tried anything like this where I kind of put like a lot of shimmers on my eyes. I'm usually one shimmer and done, and I don't usually smoke out my eyes this much either. So it was really nice to try something different. I just want to say thank you for tuning in and watching me, and I hope you guys like this tutorial. Definitely leave a comment down below on what you would like. Oops. Definitely leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see next from me. If you haven't already, definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm really active on there, and I don't neglect it like I do YouTube. Also, don't forget to follow me on here. I'll have all my social media links in my description bar down below so we can be friends and keep up with each other. Please give this video a thumbs up. It does wonders for me. Last but least, I just want to say thank you for being so patient with me and continuing to watch my videos. I hope that I can definitely provide more content now that I have a better setup. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!